The Sackler family, and specifically David, has said that he was uninvolved in all of this and that the family has been unfairly discredited. Having spent time with him now, where do you personally land?
Well, the family was on the board of directors since David's father, Richard, was personally involved in an executive role. They haven't served in executive roles. But look, the overarching thing here is that this family made a great deal of money, $4 billion, according to a complaint filed by the Massachusetts Attorney General, from selling a drug that has turned out to do a lot of damage. So that, to me, is the big picture of the story. And I think a lot of other players were complicit in what happened, so to paint the Sacklers as the evil villain that's responsible for our current heroin and fentanyl crisis is an overstatement, but they certainly played a role in it.
But there is also, I mean, this money has been described as blood money. There are now institutions, philanthropic institutions, that have actually returned and won't accept money from this family.
I think we're always, you see it in business stories all the time, we're always looking to simplify bad things down to one person who's the evil figure. And in this case, I think the simplification has been to paint the Sacklers as the root cause of everything that's gone wrong. And I think that's unfair.
Having now spent as much time as you had with the Sacklers as well as with this story, if you were to try to pinpoint, and I know it's a, look, it's going to be a complicated story, but if you were to pinpoint where you think things went wrong, what would you put the moment at?
Well, there certainly is this moment when Purdue, the Sackler's family company, launches this drug called OxyContin in the late 1990s, and they do this enormous marketing push behind it, and they change the culture. The marketing push has the effect of changing the culture of opioid prescribing from something you did at end of life or for very short-term periods into something that was used long-term to treat chronic pain. And the amount of opioids available just skyrocketed dramatically. And a lot of people signed off on this, including the FDA. So again, to say it was just the Sacklers is unfair. But that really had the effect of suddenly making prescription opioids widely available in a way that they weren't. And there's a statistic in my story that I found amazing, which is I think that by 2008, the United States, which has less than 5% of the world's population, is consuming 80% of the world's opioids.
What was your sense of David Sackler in particular on a personal level? He seemed both defensive, but at the same time, I hope, or at least I have to imagine, that there is some regret here.
He's apologetic, and the family says they want to do what they can to help. Now, you could, as someone said to me yesterday, well, that doesn't include giving back their fortune, does it? And that's a very fair point. But he makes the point over and over again that Purdue did more than anybody else to try to combat the opioid crisis. You could argue Purdue did a lot to cause it as well. But he's defensive, I think, because his family has been painted into this very black corner, and his kids have been threatened, and so he wants to say, look, we didn't set out to do this, and so there's validity to that.